Dave made this beat.
Welcome to Stay Like a Champ, episode 269. It's your boy A-Dub.
Hi, your boy Strizzy. Welcome back, SLAC family. What's good?
What's good? I see a few people in the comments already. What's up, Unc? What's up, Pops?
Yes, sir.
Glad to have y'all with us. And as we talked about the last couple of weeks, we switched it up a little bit because we got basketball going on today, and we're going to want to be enjoying some of that. The first game already underway.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely get into some NBA talk a little bit early, or a little bit later on in the show. But yeah, we got the Knicks and the defending champion Celtics, as much as that hurts to say, going at it already. And then later on, Lakers, Timberwolves. So a nice little doubleheader to get the season started off right, and we're definitely excited to have it back. I would say, Strizzy, I don't know, man. I think you go back and forth, but what's your favorite, between football and basketball, just to watch and also to bet on? What are your favorite seasons?
Got you. I feel like basketball is a little easier to bet on. Obviously it's on every single day. You know what I mean, when the season starts up. But also I think there's a little more you can dictate with basketball, right? You look at certain things with football, and a lot of the players in general are very reliant on other factors, right? Whereas NBA players, although they are reliant on certain factors, they're kind of every player is good at a certain something or some things. So it's easier to kind of bet on them a little bit. You know what I mean? It's like, Anthony Edwards is more of a scorer. I'm going to take more of his points, type deal.
Yeah.
LeBron James is an all-around player. Same thing with Joker, so you can bet on their points, rebounds, and assists and probably be very, very successful. You know what I'm saying? But as far as watching goes, I would say I probably enjoy watching football a little bit more than basketball nowadays. That wasn't always the case for me, but I'd say nowadays, I think I look forward more to football season than I do basketball season. But I definitely love both.
Yeah, got you. I'm kind of the same, man. Football it seems so rare. Even though it's once a week, you got to be there, got to be ready. It's only 17 games, and it just seems like every game is so important. Whereas basketball, it's awesome because it's there, like you said, every single night. You can turn on, if you got your NBA TV or you got the hookup, whatever, you can watch some good basketball every night of the year. So it's a different feeling when it's going on. I definitely miss it when it's not here.
Yeah, for sure.
But football is definitely probably my favorite too. So, but NBA, it is cool, like you said, kind of how one player can dictate more. It's more of a star-driven league. Only 5 players on the court at once, so
exactly,
they have more hand in what's happening at any time. So
100%.
I love it. I did want to check in too and ask the same question actually to our third member of our panel before we get started here on this SLAC Express. Let's add in our brother, Mad Marcus. What's good, fam?
Yo, what's going on, man? Sorry, I'm on license here, so I hope I don't disappear.
Not yet, at least. Not yet.
I feel like I can actually see you better now than I could 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
But what's good, man? How are you feeling? And I was going to ask you the same question. What do you prefer more, watching as far as football or basketball, especially right now with your hiatus from the Cowboys?
Well, I'm from Texas, so it's going. You can, come on in. Sorry, y'all.
You're good.
Oh, you're good. You have to jump up. So, Marcus, I think it was the. Oh, you good? All right, we'll look at him.
We don't get his answer, but he said he's from Texas, so I know he's gonna say football.
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna say the Friday Night Lights. That Friday Night Lights, of course. Let's go ahead and jump into some NFL talk, though, and we'll get Marcus back. He had some people coming by, so there you go.
Sorry about that. Yeah, no, I'm a Texas boy, so I'm definitely gonna be football all day. We shut the whole town down for football. And the main thing I would say is basketball. They sit out a lot of games. They don't want to play. But I think football players they gonna play every night. In football, you can't if you slack off a little bit, you get hurt. So I think
Yeah.
football, you gotta go hard every time, and I'm saying to be safer like that. So I'm gonna always put football with basketball, but of course we enjoy basketball too, but football all day.
Man, that's a good point, man. Like you gotta sometimes you gotta protect the players from themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like if they can run, they're playing. You know what I'm saying? Basketball players ain't nothing wrong with them at all. No sit out games. So I'm with you on that. That's a big thing too. I agree with that big time.
Yeah, absolutely. That's true. Like if you're not into the game, you know what I'm saying? If you're not mentally there, you can't be playing out there on the football field because you'll get yourself hurt for sure. That's a great point. All right, that's what's up. So speaking of football, let's go ahead and jump into NFL talk for the week. And I just wanted to know any surprising scores, any standouts, and we'll also go over our pick'ems as well. But any surprising results to you, Strizzy?
I'm trying to think. Last week, it's funny because it was just yesterday, right, or 2 days ago, right? But I'm trying to think anything that really surprised me. I don't really think two. Actually, one game did surprise me. I'm lying. The Steelers and Jets game actually really surprised me, which is funny because two teams that I really could care less about. You know what I'm saying? That I don't really care to talk much about. But I think that game really surprised me. I really did think that the Steelers were going to lose that game, and nothing to do with Devontae Adams coming to the Jets. I really thought it was just really more on the lines of sometimes when you change up the quarterback mid-season and a lot of times for not really much of a reason, you know what I mean? Sometimes that hurts, that hurts sometimes. So I thought them moving from Justin Fields to Russell Wilson was going to really kind of hurt the team in a sense. And actually, Tomlin was right. The offense looked a lot better under Russell to an extent. I will say, I was actually with my boy Sunday watching that game at A-Dub's house, but I think that a lot of Wilson's passes were underthrown or overthrown, and the receivers made some phenomenal catches. You know what I mean? So the offense still moved a lot better through the air. He did look really, really good, but some of those catches were actually, some pretty nice ones that probably don't get caught by some lesser receivers, if you will. So that game actually really surprised me, but it also just goes to show how bad the Jets really are still. You know what I mean? And
which I'm very happy about. I never like to be too much on downfall, but the Jets, the way their season and offseason have been handled so far, I don't really want to see them do well. So I was actually pleased with that for sure.
I'm with you.
For me, I think the best game of the week was that Vikings and Lions. To see those two teams, especially in that division that's been kind of dominated by the Packers for so long. Now you got them as two of the better teams in the NFC. So that was a great game, and it went down to the wire as we kind of expected. So that was really dope. The last night, the Cardinals, man, I picked the Cardinals. I was hoping for an upset, and that was actually a very exciting game, even though it was a lot of field goals. The Cardinals defense really came to play, shut the Chargers down, and then they came through with the drive when they needed. Because when the Chargers took the lead late, I was like, dang, the Cardinals maybe they fumbled one too many of those opportunities. But I was really pleased that they kind of stood strong, and especially at home. I've never been a total Cardinals fan, but we're from Arizona. I want the Cardinals to do well. At least more fun when they're being successful, And they have a lot of fans that are just on and off the bandwagon, but I really like when they're doing a little bit better. So I thought that was cool that they came out and represented for sure. Marcus, what did you think of that game?
I think it was a great game. Like I said, it started off pretty good and got kind of slow, but I think Collar getting hurt, I think it kind of nagged him the whole game. I think that little hip thing, it was weird how he got hit. He got hit right in the spot he had
right in the air.
Yeah, so it was kind of weird. So I think a couple of plays, the receiver missed some passes that could have helped it too. But I think also you can see that Herbert, he's still hurt too. You can tell when he scrambled a little bit, he didn't really get his, he normally kind of go at you, but he got him right out of bounds. So both quarterbacks was kind of hurt a little bit. And I just, the main thing, the game was good, but the main thing I'm kind of nervous about is the Collar and the receiver, the rookie. They not on, and he don't look happy, man. So I think they gotta kind of figure it out. Maybe overdo it because he's a rookie. He don't know it takes time to get. So you may have to overdo it for him a little bit to get him involved, because if you lose him mentally, man, it might be kind of hard to get the connection back. So he don't look happy right now.
I agree. It's like he's like, I had a better quarterback at Ohio State. Like, what am I doing here? Like, and there's a couple times, especially on the broadcast, they showed one where he got wide open. Like, and I know the rush was coming after him and stuff like that, but it's been several times over this first part of the year that he's been wide open and missed. So like, and he's still getting his stat, like he's still doing okay, but there is more opportunity there. And like you said, Marcus, you don't want to lose him mentally early on. So I do think they got to figure that out because, Trey McBride is a beast as a tight end, but you can't just only throw to your tight end. Like that can't be your if it's not for James Conner or Trey McBride, like that offense isn't really moving too fluidly. So they got to figure a little bit more out, but I'm glad that they at least got that drive when they needed it at the end. That was pretty dope.
Yeah, so it's funny. It's like I want to touch on that too because Marcus made a really good point in regards to MHJ. Like when you draft the number one receiver, like he goes there to be the number one receiver. You know what I mean? And they don't have one there. And you look at the times where I think it was the first game he played in, and I think he had 0 catches. And you see the two plays where one he's wide open and the other one he's wide open in the end zone. And then Kyler says those things, and it's not my job to get him the ball. And then the very next game, his first two catches are touchdowns, and he has like over 100 yards in the first half. And then I don't think he got the ball again in the second. You know what I mean? Like Kyler has to treat this kid like a number one receiver. Now, it doesn't mean you need to force feed him, but he should be getting 8 to 9 looks at least a game. And that's just looks, not even, what I'm saying? Like that's just, looks in general. Like he should be getting those pass attempts need to be coming his way. He's the best receiver on this team already. And if they want to be successful and open up the, run game usually opens up the pass game, but I think it kind of works both ways too when you have a receiver who's that good because he's already proven to be that good. I think that kid has a crazy future ahead of him. But Kyler I don't know if it's pride, if it's, like he thinks he's the guy of the offense or what, but like, nah, you gotta get.
Yeah, he treat him like a rookie, but you treat him as your counterpart, man. That's
exactly, man. Exactly. Because at the end of the day, he's on the good.
Right, exactly. He came here to save you,
Exactly. For real.
So,
if you don't get your stuff together, they're gonna be looking otherwise.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because
it is crazy though, because Kyler is like dynamic and he is good, but he's still short. He's still gonna get hurt. Like he's still like susceptible to batted balls. So it's like you see like the highs and the lows all at once, where it's like I don't know if they can really stick with him forever,
Exactly.
But sometimes when he scrambles, man, like that's a hard part too. When he scrambles is like when he's most successful, but you can't plan to scramble. You can't plan for the play to fall apart.
For sure.
So I don't know, man. I don't know what's going to happen with him, but I do hope that they get on the same page for sure.
And most of the time when it comes to GMs and owners, especially if they didn't play football, 9 times out of 10, they're not looking at what you do on the field. They're looking at wins and losses.
Yeah.
And that category ain't been good the last, 4 or 5 years that he's been in the league already. So
for sure.
You know what I mean?
Unk says I would trade Kyler Murray while his stock is high. I don't know if they're, if you can, like that would be dope. But I don't know who's looking at that. Yeah.
They just paid him.
Pop says it's easy to get open when the quarterback is being hit. Harrison and Kyler will be fine. Agree with Marcus. They need to get him the ball, but he has to mature and not get frustrated to the point of not being. That's a good point. That's a good one for sure. And it is true. Not being effective or great, he said. So yeah, that's true. And I think he still is getting his touches in there, but it's still like, man, you expect a little bit more. I know it's early on, but I think that they do have a lot of potential there. Kelly, Unk said rough week of Pick'em. But actually, Kelly made a great point. There was a lot of us in the tiebreaker. So actually 5 different people ended with 13 wins. And Kelly actually is victorious this week. She got the tiebreaker. So congrats, Kelly. Great job picking up your winning ways from last year. And I think it's a really close race for the overall standings as well. So this is going to be a good one. It might come down to the wire. But I think, it was a cool week to see so many people up there with 13 and then a few people with 12 too. So it was a close contest for sure. I think the only other ones, the Chiefs 49ers, I think we kind of have to by default mention that game. It got away from the 49ers late. I know they had a lot of injuries. My big takeaway though is I still love when Patrick Mahomes runs and scrambles, even though he's not fast, even though he doesn't have a lot of moves. That was pretty dope at the end of that game when he kind of lowered the shoulder on their ass. I like it. But what did you guys think of that Chiefs 49ers game?
I hear I hear Cooper Kupp, or not on the move, but I hear that the Rams are open to trade Cooper Kupp. And I can't really say that the Niners could necessarily go after him because, I'm just money wise and what his contract looks like. But, if they can move some things around and get him, because, obviously they lost Ayuk for the year. He's done. Debo Samuel's fine. I think he's just sick.
Yes,
Ayuk is done for the year?
Yeah.
Pretty sure his ACL's torn. Yeah, torn ACL.
Oh.
Yeah, he out. So, I know Shanahan mentioned that they're not going to get CMC back this week, but could possibly get him back, I think, after the bye for next week, something like that, or maybe after the Dallas game. But there's still no guarantees there either. But yeah, you look all around. Debo didn't play. You got knocked out early. Juan Jennings, one of his favorite targets this year, also out. So yeah, they suck, and it's not like you're playing with your second and third stringer guys that are wide receivers, so that definitely makes things difficult. But I'll also be honest, we give Dak shit all the time for stuff like this. You know what I mean? So I feel like at some point in time, like, Purdy's got to be held to that same degree, right? It's like the interceptions, the red zone interception. I feel like one of them wasn't necessarily his fault, but that red zone interception, like, you can't do that, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are points you left off the board. You got them all the way down there. A point in time where you're able to take the lead before Kansas City really took off on you guys. But you got to be better than that. You got to play better than that, regardless of who's on the field. You know what I mean? Like, everybody there is a professional. Those receivers are meant to catch the ball, and that interception was 100% on Brock. But I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's rough to go into a week when you practice all week with your guys, and then on game day everyone gets injured, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they're a little better against the Cowboys next week when he's able to practice with the backups all week. But gotta be better than that. Brock.
I hope he does figure it out, but I hope it's after this week when the Cowboys come to town. You know what I'm saying? Like, if Debo, that pneumonia, maybe it sits in your chest a little bit longer. No, I'm playing. I would not wish anything bad on anybody, but it's like I do hope that the Cowboys can have a good game when they go in there next week, because that's always a tough place to play. But it's like, I definitely think that the 49ers aren't quite the same as they've been. I'm not ready to write them off yet because of their coaching and the fact that they can still get healthy later. Obviously, Ayuk's out, but if CMC comes back, that's a game changer. So you never really know.
Yeah, and they're not completely out of the division yet either. You know what I mean? Like, they're not completely counted out yet. I think they're 3-4 now, something like that now with that loss.
The crazy thing is that NFC West is all bad. I think it's like all of them have a losing record, so nobody's out of it. Yeah,
exactly. So I think the top three are 3-4. You know what I'm saying?
Or actually, the Seahawks are 4-3, so they're the only ones that squeaking by. So
gotcha.
But
and
they
that's
haven't
still
looked
a bad game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Ugg says Giants need to give Daniel Jones a Greyhound ticket out of town for sure. They invested that money in him, and then obviously Saquon came to town and did his thing this week. Had the big revenge game, but I don't like either of those teams. So
I don't like them either, but I still think Daniel Jones hasn't got a fair shake. I still don't think he had receivers. He hasn't had that one good receiver. He got the little rookie now, Neighbors, but he's a rookie at the same time. So I still think if you put him on a team with some solid receivers, I think he'll do good. I think that's how I feel about it. I don't really care if he do good. Now he's a Giant.
Right. Yeah. I feel you though. Like he's solid. It's just been bad circumstances for him. I would say too. I definitely agree. He hasn't had the best situation around him, and in reality, it's like when you look at him or Saquon, like it wasn't exactly that decision, right? Because you need a quarterback. You can figure out some other running back things. So they're like kind of comparing it a lot to like keeping one or the other, but it really wasn't kind of like that. So we'll see. But definitely at least a very solid backup in the league, if anything.
Definitely very solid. I think my biggest thing with Daniel Jones is it's his decision making. That's what really kills him. You know what I mean? Like, I think a lot of times it's not always even because I agree with you, Marcus. Like, the receivers, his best receivers always hurt. You know what I mean? Like, they're always freaking injured. Neighbors is nasty though. Like, when Neighbors has been healthy, he's had some really good games with Jones. But I just feel like Jones' biggest problem is his decision making. He makes really bad decisions, and he makes them often. So it's really easy to go in there and be like, dog, you had 3 stupid turnovers in this game, or 2 stupid turnovers in this game that were just like, what were you looking at? What did you see? You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
But yeah, I see what you're saying when you're not really a fair shake, because I don't even think the Giants coaching staff that he's had so far has been very great either.
No, neither of them, because I think he's already survived one firing and hiring. So
for sure.
But that's what's up for NFL. No other crazy takeaways. But I do want to welcome everybody to come on Thursday. We'll be doing our picks for Week 8, so we'll be back with Secure the Bag and making predictions for all of the NFL games next weekend. And hopefully we can have some good competition in there. Make sure you get your picks in on the Yahoo, and you can get yourself a Super Bowl square just like Kelly did this week. I did want to touch on college football, man. I got to, and Marcus, I know Marcus, don't go away. I know, man. The thing is, though, seeing that game, like, and I know you love Texas, man, and I thought it was a good game, but it wasn't as good as it should have been. Georgia came and spanked that ass. Georgia had to remind everybody who they are, and I just thought it was such a good performance for them, and it was really relief, like as a fan, to watch them actually put it all together for 4 quarters for kind of the first time this year against a good competition in a tough spot. But what did you think about that game and also the bottle throwing and everything? Or did you hear about all that? Or did you see all that?
Yeah, so I didn't watch the fourth quarter 'cause I know the game was over, but I watched the beginning. I think the way we started, we came in there very cocky. I think we came there too. Wait, like this is Georgia. Like I don't understand. They lost a game and they almost won that game too. So I think we came out there a little too cocky. I don't think our coach had them together. Like, hey, this is Georgia. Like treat them like they're the number 1 team and we're not. But I think we came in there thinking we're the number 1 team. We gonna beat them. And we think about it, we haven't really played anybody really. We play okay team. We haven't really played a team like that. I think we forgot who Georgia was. I think Georgia did that, but I think we could have won the game. That first drive when we missed that one throw, we could have changed it like that one. The guy was wide open. He probably wouldn't have scored, but if we got to the 1 yard line, 2 yard line, we would have got in and scored. The game would have been a different game. But when we missed that opportunity, like Georgia, he threw 2 picks. Like he's like, here, you want the game? Take the game. We didn't take advantage of that. We didn't score no points on both of those turnovers. So when I seen that happen, I knew it was over with. And then what happened was Kirby just a great coach. I don't care nobody say. The quarterback he played terrible at the beginning. He came to the guy, you all right? You good? Come on, you good? I looked, I'm like, wow, he's encouraging this guy because he knew what was going to happen. And the main thing that happened, which is going to make you guys win the championship again this year, you're going to win your national championship against this year, is because the running game. ATN, they didn't really. I don't think they came in and run the ball, but when he started running the rock like he was running the rock, I was like, oh, okay, we're going. And I think now they're gonna beat Georgia like before. They're gonna run the rock on your throat. If you try to come up and do the box, they're gonna throw the ball, and then they're gonna win the game. I think they don't lose no more this year. They win that this year, and I hate it happening against us. And I think we went away from our quarterback too fast too. Yeah, I know. I just think you put in the rookie, the freshman in there, he wasn't ready for that. He wasn't. What are he gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I just think our coach. We're gonna be good, but we got seen. You know what I'm saying? We seen what we're gonna be. We still trying to get in the SEC. Like we were just too cocky. I think we thought we was gonna be the team and then come in there and try to do something. We ain't ready yet. It's gonna take at least 2 or 3 more years for us to be that team like that. So yeah.
No, great breakdown.
Yeah, we got a hard game this week too. Vanderbilt ain't gonna be no easy win for us either.
True.
So we gotta come with it, man.
Yeah, I know.
I'll go ahead.
Oh, go for it.
I was gonna say I feel like Texas, like Marcus said, like they came in like we're the number 1 team, like we're the team to beat, blah blah blah. I kind of think that's exactly kind of what happened. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Marcus is right. I feel like and honestly, let's be honest, they have been the best team up through 6, 7 weeks or whatever it's been. But when you're in the SEC and it's their first year in it, like you can't slack at all. Like every week you got to treat like you're playing somebody ranked, because even the team that's not ranked in the SEC, they go to a weaker conference, they probably are one of the better teams in that conference or run that conference. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that was kind of an eye opener for Texas, and I actually think they played Vanderbilt very well this week, and I think they kind of, they were humbled a little bit this week in playing Georgia, because Georgia's definitely that team. They've been that team. So I think they kind of go back with that mindset of like, we can't slack. Like we need to go back to how dominant we've looked all year, and let's take it out on Vandy a little bit. But yeah, I mean, it was a great game. It was a good kind of reminding game, like you said, for Georgia too, to like remind themselves, like, look, I know we got one loss on our belt, but like, don't forget who we are. Like we still definitely that team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
no, absolutely. Like Marcus said, like that getting back to the running game, because I was like, man, when I was watching this first couple of weeks, I'm like, we don't have no running game. Like, what's going on here? And we got back to our playing defense. Like when we play defense like that, and when we can run the ball and control the ball, it's tough. You know, like it's not a lot of teams that have the star power and just like the incredible players. Because again, Jalen Milroe in that Alabama game, the freshman, it takes that kind of talent. Like when he's just running too fast, and it's like, dang, like, you know, looking like Lamar Jackson out there or whatever. It's like, but Texas didn't have like those over the top type athletes where it's like the scheme is not going to beat Georgia's defense. It's got to be the players being like just too good, you know?
Exactly.
So
very true.
Is the Etienne is that Etienne for Jaguars? His brother?
Yes, brother.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's pretty crazy, man. He's trying to get in the league with his brother. That'll be super dope.
He definitely gonna after that. I think they're gonna respect him. I think he's gonna do his thing, man. He, like I said, I hate to happen against us, but he helped you guys get that win, man. So
for sure, there was a couple plays there. Like there was like a third down where he caught it like short of the third down. He just turned around. There was one person behind. He went around that dude like he was standing still, and I was like, okay, like that's what's up. Like there was a couple moves and a couple plays where I'm like, oh, he just gets those extra couple yards, and we need to get those first downs, and that got all our momentum going. So that was dope. Last thing I want to say about Georgia though too, because Marcus, you made a great point. I pulled up this stat. I saw this stat and I wanted to share it. On November 7th, 2020, Kirby Smart was 48-14. Today he's 117. Like that's insane. Like 52-3 since November of 2020. He is that guy, man. And they were very heavily doubted, but he stuck to the script and he's like, yo, we got something for y'all. So that was so dope.
And I think the college world knows too. Like I said, I'm not a Georgia fan, but I'm really still pissed off about that last year. Like they didn't get a shot to go that, because they knew they was gonna get that 3-peat, and they didn't even give him an opportunity. And I think when you do stuff like that, it's gonna come back on you. I think this is gonna be the year they're gonna realize they should have did that. It ain't gonna be fair. And I think Georgia wins this year because they should have won last year. So
yeah, for sure. Want to grab a couple comments. Unc said Alabama lost again. Yeah, that was pretty damning for Alabama. He said I would hate to coach for Alabama. Yeah. Imagine the stress level. Yeah, like you can't follow like a legend, like a living legend like that. That's tough.
I would have never be the first coach to play them. That's ain't no way.
Kelly said, "Go Dogs." Colorado is starting to gain respect. I want to talk about them a little bit more, but their schedule has lined up really well. I want to see how that finishes out for sure. Kelly said, "Love that Bama lost and we won." Yeah, most definitely, because Bama is just, again, like those 3 losses we're talking about. All 3 of those, I think, were to Bama. So it's like it's still something we got to deal with the elephants. There's still something there that we got to figure out. And also want to welcome in Augie to the show too. He's watching.
Augie? I just thought
that's good. All right, let's shift gears to basketball real quick. And we got Shy in the building. What's good? He said, long time no see. Welcome back to the show. Right in time for basketball. He said, did you see the score of the Knicks game? And I think
Knicks are about 20, I think.
I was gonna say they were winning. Oh, okay. Yeah, the Celtics were doing 72-53 in the second quarter. So the Celtics came out to play. They're scoring a lot on their banner night. That's pretty crazy. 72 points in the by halftime. The Knicks, though, we'll see. I know it's too early to judge, but I'm like, man, let's see what they look like with Cat, because they definitely lost some of their physicality, but they gained some playmaking.
Terrible pickup for New York Knick. He's not a Knick type of player, so that's on them.
And not a Tibbs type of player, yeah. So it is really weird to see how that plays out. Obviously, the Timberwolves are going to be playing later tonight too, so we'll get to see the other half of that trade with Randall going against the Lakers that drafted him. So that should be pretty dope. And also Bronny and LeBron. What do y'all think? Do you think the Lakers are just going to get it over with and go ahead and play them together tonight, or you think they're going to wait until later in the season?
You got to do it tonight because everybody's going to be there tonight. So you got to do it tonight and get out the way. And like I said, I think mid-season he'll be in G League, but tonight it's going to be the father-son duo.
Oh, yeah. Get it done tonight when your win-loss record means less.
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's gonna be a couple of alley hoops tonight. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if LeBron will throw him one. He throw LeBron one, but we're gonna see one of those. That'll be good. But he G League bound. It's coming.
I think that's great. I agree with both of y'all. I'm like, just do it now before, knock on wood, somebody gets hurt, or before he's really exposed, where it's like, all right, man, what's this guy doing up here? Mm-hmm. So I do think so, especially because him and that other rookie, Dalton Connect, they're going to both get their playing time. Connect is dope. Like, I think the fact that they got him and he's so good, they're like, all right, we can mess around with Bronny on the squad.
But that's bad for Bronny, though. He wasn't supposed to be there doing like that. So that's pressure on Bronny now.
That comparison.
Yeah, it's hard, man. So
it's funny,
LeBron. If I'm LeBron, I'm putting what's his name? Connect.
Connect.
I'm putting him in the G League. I'm getting him out of there, dog.
Lay GM. Dude, it's funny, man. Like it's funny because we in general, but like the world puts so much pressure on Bronny to be good because of not only him being LeBron's son, but because we all know he got drafted because he's LeBron's son, right? But like that Dalton Connect kid, like I feel like as long as they keep Bronny on the roster, I don't think he really taps into Connect's minutes, but he might. If they're trying to force some minutes for Bronny to play with LeBron, I think it's going to take some minutes away from Dalton. I think that's a bad idea because that kid can play now. He's ready to play now. And I think he's going to have some really, really solid games if he's able to get in there and give you guys some minutes. So
I feel you, man.
He's nice.
Yeah, he really is, man. And I hope he doesn't get slowed down by Bronny. I don't really think so. I just think they're going to give Bronny his minutes here and there and cover him up when it's just defensive. And I do think that they're going to do it tonight, though. I think I'm thinking second quarter. I'm thinking by the second quarter, if the game's not like going out of hand or anything like that, the first time they want to do some rotations, they're going to get it in there so they can get their pictures done.
Oh, it's going to be first quarter. You got because too many starting better tonight, man. You got to get it. You got to get them in there early.
Yeah, that'll be dope. Oh, also, I did the braids for Bronny today, just to let him know. You know what I'm saying?
I see you.
You can do something different.
You can do it, man. Come on, bro.
Something different. So the braids for Bronny tonight, because it's like you don't have to go out there with the bee's nest. You know what I'm saying? So Bronny, come on, man.
That's a good commercial. The new commercial they did today.
Oh yeah, I seen the Fruity Pebbles and he poured it in. Is that what you're talking about? That was dope, man. That makes me smile. I'm like, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just something that is unique, that you can't really see and we won't see again, at least not in our lifetimes, I don't think. So we gotta enjoy this, man. That's dope.
And I don't know if you guys heard that Griffey's gonna be there tonight too. That's kind of big too, because they're the first father son to do something like that, Blackwise. So they said they're gonna be able to give me tonight too. So there's gonna be some good pictures with them doing that. So
that'll be dope. Yeah, Pops just mentioned that in the comments too. So that is really cool because I'm like, dang, yeah, like they were the ones to do it on the baseball side, like and I think there was a triple, like there was some in hockey that we talked about a long time ago too, but this is pretty major special basketball. Yeah,
it's gonna be a dope picture. They gotta take a picture together.
There'll be some playing cards coming out too for that too. So
sure.
That'll be dope. Kelly said, did you already talk about the Liberty win? We're gonna have to come back to this one because there was a little bit of controversy at the end of that game.
Yeah, I don't like it either, man. We talk about
it. The Lynx coach, though, I'm glad that she called him out, though.
She's what she said?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she called him out.
We definitely gonna talk about
Grace.
I know it was on Grace. I know it's an Express tonight, but I definitely do want to talk about this a little bit because, we got to. I and the reason being is because, like, I definitely want to give the WNBA their time. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the NBA and WNBA in general are still really bad at like promoting their business. You know what I'm saying? Like you see the NFL and NBA championship, we hearing it for 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? They everywhere, and I ain't seen nothing.
they gotta change that 3-win thing too. You gotta go 4 wins. Y'all been here 2 years.
We gotta do a 7-game series. Yeah.
Cause y'all scared. Y'all want to go all the way? Y'all scared? No, that 3 stuff. Go 7 games, man.
Yeah, man.
I don't like that 3 games.
That's for the championship. That's
at least
the 7.
Yeah, the finals do at least 7. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I feel you on that one because, and especially the timing was bad. Like it was going on at the same time as Sunday Night Football, the same time as the Dodgers clinching the Dodgers clinching to go to the World Series and stuff like that. So it's like you gotta get your programming right, man. You gotta pick your battles on that. So we're gonna have to break that down. We're gonna have to break that down a little bit more for sure.
Definitely.
Kelly said August got to meet Michael Wilson from the Cardinals. That's what's up.
Cool kid.
Oh, that's tight.
Number 14, right?
That's
Number
tight.
14?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what's
He's
up.
solid guy.
Yeah. That's very cool. That's very cool. I remember, but with me, and this might date me a little, it was Cedric Bonner from the Rattlers that came to my school. I remember that. And I was like, dang, because the Rattlers were like hitting back then in the day, man. They were the only one from Arizona winning, like
for sure.
for real. So that was pretty dope. That's really cool. That's cool memories for sure. Unc says Caitlin Clark headed overseas. WBA is in trouble. Yeah, you got to get that money, man. They make millions overseas. They don't make the money over here. I guess. I don't know. I heard that she did have a potential to do that too. I don't know if Unc knows that for sure, but I think that is what she was talking about doing earlier this year. Which I'm like, dang. Hopefully the extra advertisement money and stuff like that can help her out so she doesn't need to do that. I just don't want to see a Brittany Griner type situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Or an injury.
Yeah, that too for sure. But with it being the NBA, I know we're going to do a little bit of express. I know we want to make some predictions, and we'll probably come back next week and make some of our predictions for the season. But anything like Marcus, Strizzy, like anything y'all are like looking forward to for this version or this year of the NBA?
No, I know we always say we do express, we never do it, so I'm gonna hold my comment.
All right.
my only thing is, a couple of things. Like number one, I want to see how the Suns do with them finally get a point guard. You know, they talked about we're finally able to play our true position. So let's see it.
Who's that point guard?
Huh?
Who's that point guard now?
Tyus Jones.
Who? Man, please.
But and then also too, like I want to see how the Spurs do. I want to see Chris Paul stay healthy and see how he plays with Wemby. I'm a little excited to see them play together too.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
I agree. I have my eyes on. Obviously, Bronny and LeBron. You know what I'm saying, senior and junior. Which I'm hoping we get that out the way tonight. You know, which will be really dope. But then also those Texas teams. I want to see CP3 play with Wemby. I want to see his second year leap should be great anyways. But with CP3 there to really help him, I think that'll be dope. And then the other thing is Klay Thompson, man. I've always been a Klay Thompson fan. And I really just want to see him do well, even though I don't know if he's going to be the solution for the Mavericks like they think. But I just want to see him do well, man.
Yeah.
I wish they would have came in and give him put that pressure on. I'm like, oh, he's a missing piece. He's not going to do that for y'all, man.
He definitely
let him be the rotation player.
Yeah, I wish it would have been a surprise that he did good. But they come to, oh yeah, he's not going to do that, man.
Yeah,
it's gone, man. He'll hit a couple of shots because he's a shooter, but nah. But the thing I want to see is Pop's favorite player. I want to see how Paul George and B play together.
Oh, for real? Yeah, that's true. But it sucks because Paul George is going to miss the opener and Embiid is out the first week. So,
really?
Yeah, so they already hit the injury bug to the Sixers. So I know it's going to be a long season, but we're going to have to
Sorry, Pops. Sorry, Pops. Y'all might be the 10th seed or something, man. Sorry about that.
Play in, here we come. You know what I'm saying?
You can't depend on what's the other guy's name?
Oh man,
I can't think of his name. He got paid though.
Because he got paid because he's the one that's always there. Now I can't believe
he got 196
from Kentucky. Oh man,
Tyrese Maxey.
Maxey, yeah. That's all you got, man. And like I said, I still think he overrated, but you know.
Yeah. But he's got to be that man. He's going to put up the stats because
I like him though. I like him as a player, though. I really like him as a player, but I think he's overrated. So we'll see this year.
I feel it. All right, we'll go ahead and shut it down there. We hit the highlights, but definitely more to come. We'll be back Thursday for Secure the Bag. We'll make our predictions for next week NFL, and then also next week on the big show we'll do our NBA champion predictions. You know, East West type of thing. Comeback player type of thing, maybe make some crystal ball type picks.
Yeah.
And then we'll also get into that Liberty controversy too, because I do want to break that down. I want to at least replay the coach's comments because I love that they were like, yo, like she's like, I ain't got nothing left to lose at this point. So
find me. She basically told him, find me.
Right, exactly.
I gotta say.
Yeah. And also Pops, we're gonna have to save it one more time, but Pops has a message for you, Marcus, that he left us on the voicemail. So we're gonna play that next week too. So that'll be a tease. We'll get into that next week.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot Marcus was out last week. That's true.
Yeah, so lots to look forward to. But we appreciate y'all rocking with us as you do each and every week. And we'll be back next week. But for now, that was Say Like a Champ, episode 269. And it's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Strizzy.
Taco Tuesday, baby. We'll get taco and watch the game.
Peace.
And you say the truth.